I saw, I saw you reached out to Donald Trump almost.
There, you did already. You never wait for 1 hour. Where did they clip from now?
So what's going on?
I reached out to the President of the United States of America. I'm a dual citizenship. So I'm Nigerian as well as American. Because just to bring awareness to the election this weekend, you know what I'm saying? I didn't reach out to him for him to fly with the Air Force One to come to Osun. But I reached out to him to, you know, bring awareness. And funny enough, like four embassies have reached out to us already, including the American embassy. You were there, you saw.
I go tap Trump. No, I never start. Tomorrow I go call Trump. Everybody. They never see. I go in front of White House. Help us. It is that.
Nobody believed him. When Davido sat down with comedian Kata Efe on a live session and said, "I will call Trump if anything goes wrong in the Osun election," most Nigerians laughed. They said it was campaign talk. They said it was a celebrity being dramatic for the cameras. They said Davido was just hyping his uncle's election and would forget about Trump the moment the cameras went off. They said nobody actually calls Trump over a Nigerian governorship election. They said these things with the absolute confidence of people who have watched Nigerian politicians make promises and break them so many times that they no longer believe anyone means what they say. Davido meant what he said, because 4 days before the August 15, 2026 Osun State gubernatorial election, with tension rising across the state, with reports of intimidation and disruption circulating in political circles, Davido did not make a social media post. He did not hold a press conference. He did not call a radio station. He sat down and wrote a formal open letter addressed to the President of the United States of America, President Donald Trump, and he published it on his verified Twitter account for the whole world to see. And Aso Rock has not been the same since. Stay with us till the very end of this video because we are going to show you everything, the full letter Davido wrote to Trump, the reactions from Nigerians who are divided over whether he went too far, and why this single letter has put Tinubu in the most uncomfortable position he has been in since the Osun election campaign. Do not skip any part. Welcome to our channel. Subscribe right now, like this video, share it immediately, drop your comments below, and let us get into it. Now, before we show you the letter, you need to understand what brought Davido to this point, because this letter did not come from nowhere. It came from a series of events that made a global music star believe that writing to the American president was not just an option, but a necessity. It started with the EFCC freezing an Osun State government account used for workers' salaries in the middle of an election campaign. Davido spoke out immediately. Then Tinubu personally called Governor Adeleke and directed the EFCC to reverse the freeze. Davido was physically present when that call happened. He posted, "I was there live, I witnessed history." So, Davido knows that Tinubu made a commitment. He was in the room when the president made it. Then, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo traveled to Osun to campaign for the APC candidate and spent the majority of his speech mocking Governor Adeleke for dancing. Davido responded by posting what appeared to be Okpebholo's WAEC result, showing 4 D7s and an E8 in government. Then he commented Olodo under the governor's Instagram post. Then he said there is no way in heaven he typed this after Okpebholo posted a formal statement on Twitter. The message was clear. Davido was not going to let anyone intimidate or embarrass his uncle's campaign without consequences. Then reports began emerging about growing tension in Osun State, about the possibility of violence, about intimidation of voters and supporters, about disruption of the democratic process by powerful political forces with federal backing. And Davido decided that a social media post was not enough, that an Instagram story was not enough, that the person who needed to hear from him was not just Tinubu, it was the leader of the most powerful country on earth. He titled his letter, "A Call for Attention to President Donald Trump." Now, let me show you that letter so you read and hear it directly. President Donald Trump, I am calling your attention to the situation in Osun State, Nigeria as we approach the election. There are growing concerns about tension and the possibility of violence, intimidation, or disruption of the democratic process. Osun people deserve to exercise their civic rights freely and without fear. I am appealing to you and your administration to use your influence to ensure that the voices of the people of Osun State are heard and respected on August 15. That is a Nigerian music artist writing to the American president about a Nigerian state governorship election 4 days before voting begins. Now, let us talk about why this letter has put Tinubu in serious trouble that goes beyond the immediate politics of the Osun election. First, understand what this letter does internationally. Davido has 32 million followers on Instagram. He has millions more on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. His audience is not limited to Nigeria. It extends to the United States, the United Kingdom, across Africa, across Europe, and across every Nigerian diaspora community in the world. When Davido publishes a letter to Trump on his verified Twitter account, it does not just reach Nigerian political circles. It reaches American music fans who follow Davido. It reaches diaspora Nigerians in every state in America. It reaches international journalists who cover African politics. It reaches the kind of global audience that no Nigerian opposition politician, no civil society group, and no traditional media outlet can access in the same way. The Osun governorship election has just been placed on the international stage by one tweet, and Tinubu cannot take it back. Second, understand what this letter does to the credibility of any result that comes out of Osun on August 15. If Adeleke wins the election cleanly, the letter becomes evidence that Davido's advocacy worked and that international attention helped protect the process. If Adeleke loses under disputed circumstances, the letter becomes a preloaded narrative that says the international community was warned, the concerns were raised publicly, and the disruption happened anyway. Davido has created a situation where any outcome that goes against his uncle will immediately be framed as the thing he warned Trump about, and that framing will travel to 32 million people before INEC finishes announcing results. Third, understand what this letter does to Tinubu personally. The president made a commitment about this election. Davido was in the room when he made it. The EFCC reversed the account freeze because of pressure from the same Davido who is now writing to Trump. Every move Tinubu has made in relation to Osun has been shaped in part by the awareness that a global celebrity with international reach is watching and willing to escalate. That is a level of accountability pressure that Nigerian presidents have never faced from a non-political actor before. Some Nigerians are asking why Davido is calling another country's president when Nigeria has its own president. Some are saying he has gone too far. Some are saying entertainers should stay in their lane and let politicians handle politics. But here is the question those Nigerians need to answer. When the politicians are the ones allegedly creating the problem, when the federal machinery is allegedly being used to intimidate voters, when the EFCC freezes government accounts during election campaigns, when governors from other states travel to mock candidates, when ordinary Osun voters are afraid to exercise their civic rights freely, who exactly should Davido call? The same system that is allegedly doing the intimidating? Davido said he would call Trump. He called Trump. He said he would not be the type to be cheated and go home quietly. He is not going home quietly. And on August 15, when the people of Osun State go to the polls, they will go knowing that a man with 32 million followers wrote to the President of the United States to make sure the world was watching. That is not going too far. That is accountability in the only language powerful people understand, the language of consequences. 3 questions. Drop your answers in the comment section right now. 1. Davido said he would call Trump if anything went wrong, and he wrote to Trump 4 days before the election even happened. Do you believe he went too far by involving a foreign president in a Nigerian state election, or do you believe his concerns about tension and intimidation justify the international escalation? 2. Some Nigerians are asking why call another country's president when Nigeria has its own? But given that the concerns involve alleged use of federal machinery to interfere in the election, do you believe Nigeria's own president is the right person to call when the complaint is partly about federal interference? 3. Davido has gone from posting a WAEC result to commenting Olodo to writing to Trump,
all in the space of a few days. If the Osun election is conducted freely and fairly on August 15, do you believe Davido's involvement made a difference, or would the election have been free and fair, regardless of what any celebrity said or did? Leave your answer below. Share this video right now because August 15 is 4 days away, and this letter means the whole world is watching what happens in Osun State. Notification bell on, subscription locked in. This is where we expose the kings, not bow to them.